Welcome, everybody, to Resilient Now podcast. I'm very excited to have a special guest. Her name is Melissa. But before that, we're going to talk about what this is. So, Resilient Now podcast is a place where people can come and they can listen to speakers. So, if somebody's going through something very, hard, it's here. I'm going to find you somebody who's been through what you're going through right now and is on the other side of it. It doesn't mean it's not going to be painful, but it means that you can listen to somebody who's experienced strength and hope. And, hopefully that'll help you, get to the other side or make the pain less. It's the website's free, so you can come and listen to any speaker as many times as you like. So that's what this is created. It's a resource to help people. I also have a resource page and little things you can do during the day that I've used for years to get you through the day. Or if you just want to be inspired, listen to speakers. I listen to them all the time. I get inspired. So Melissa's here. She's amazing. I'm super excited to have her. So Melissa, I have a question for you. What does resilient now mean to you?
Resilient now, to me, it means that although you're in the midst of something crazy, you're able to get out of it and survive and thrive.
All right, thank you. I love that. So she has a resilient story, and I'm excited to hear it. I like to be surprised, so I don't really know the whole story because I don't want to act my way through this. So we're going to give her the floor and let's go. Let's hear that resilient story. Thank you for being here.
No problem. Thank you for asking. So my resilient story is one of being born after being going through a lot of grief. In 2011, my mom passed away unexpectedly, and then I left my father. And my father, he was really dependent on my mom, and he was really, really hurt when he was dealing with my mom's death. The grief, excuse me, the grief was it was soul crushing, and it was soul crushing for me to watch it. And my mom, when she died, it was like the whole family just kind of felt felt really bad about it. So then a year passes, and I celebrated my father's birthday on Memorial Day weekend, like we always did. We had really good Memorial holiday celebrations. It was a big deal. Parties, food, drink, everything you can think of. And then after my father's party, the next day or 2 days afterwards, he called me and he couldn't get up off the floor. I'm like, okay, Dad, what is going on? Because my dad was big, he was strong, he was very patriarchal. To me, he was very chauvinistic. We always had a problem. But in spite of all of that, he was my dad. So I go to see my dad and he's laying on the floor. He can't move. So I take him to the emergency room. And the emergency room tells me that he has some broken vertebrae in his back. I'm like, okay, I don't know where. I was like, what's going on with this? This is just crazy. And it's not like he wasn't working, he wasn't doing anything extraneous or whatnot. So that was very concerning. So then we end up going to see his primary care doctor after we had gone to the emergency because you have to follow up afterwards. And when I go take him to the primary care guy he tells me that he has prostate cancer
Oh my God.
that has metastasized into his bones. And he kind of scolded my dad about not being proactive or following whatever treatment plan he had given him. And I was just like, okay, my father, I can't believe it. He never said anything.
Wow.
He was a really, really proud guy. So he didn't say anything. And fast forward after the visit, he needed to move over to my house. So he was there with my husband and I, and we ended up taking care of him, having a lot of we did a lot of home health care, and neither of us were experts, but we did it out of love. And it's crazy. he so he came to our house maybe like 2 weeks after his birthday, and I was taking him to different doctor's visits and taking him to different treatments and whatnot. And it turns out that it didn't work. It didn't work as well as we had hoped. So we had to go through a lot of processes. He ended up short term in a nursing home. I took off time from work, the family leave, just to spend whatever time I could with him. And my brothers and sisters, they helped a little, but not that much. And he ended up going to the hospital. And in the hospital, they like to do tests and run tests and do
It can
this
be
and
really
do that.
painful.
No, it
Yeah.
was really painful and really
Yeah.
trying and really expensive. And I asked my dad, I was like, "Hey dad, are you ready? Are you done being a test dummy?" And he was like, because he really, he wasn't able to eat, he wasn't able to do his own thing. He was just going through a lot of stuff. And we ended up I ended up telling my brothers and sisters that I was going to send him to hospice. So through all of this, we had to go through hospice. He went to hospice. He was there for a few days. And when we left the hospital, the doctor told us, "Hey, he's gonna survive until a certain day." And crazy enough, on that day, he died. It was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
So that was like a big, big thing to go through during a short period of time. It was like less than 3 months while all of these things occurred. So I gave you the super short version.
So Melissa, I have a question.
Mhm.
So if somebody's listening to this who
Mhm.
just got the news that their parents are terminally sick and are
Mhm.
probably gonna have to go to hospice.
Mhm.
Tell us what you did every day to get through that period, because there's something in you
Mhm.
that made you move forward and get through it, and it was super painful, but what resilience in you? What did you use? What tools? Tell me what you did so we can share that with somebody who's going through it right now.
So for me, the most important thing was to spend time with my father
Mhm.
and to be there to be supportive of him and to do the little things that made him feel normal. So we did a lot of things. He loved music. We loved music. So we would sit and listen to music. And
Oh.
he loved his family. So I would gather the troops to make sure that they came to visit. And just, I mean, we just had to push through. And at the time, I needed to talk to a lawyer to get the power of attorneys done. And it was just God with me who allowed me to just push through and just get through all the things.
So getting up in the morning, what would you do? What
Yeah.
would you do? How would you start your day?
Starting my day, what I would do is I would go and I was see who I needed what I needed to do that day. Did I need to go to the hospital? Did I need to call my job to tell them that everything where I was?
Mhm.
Did I need to call my brothers and sisters to make sure that we visited dad?
So service got you
So
through it.
service, yes, service.
It was
Definitely.
service
Service
because
was
and
it.
God.
Yes, yes.
Because
For sure.
getting up, in the morning and knowing that you have to do that, that's a lot of stuff. And,
It
knowing that you
is.
don't have that much time left with your parent that you love so much,
Yes.
with all the flaws and everything, because, we're not perfect.
No,
We're
not
not,
at all.
right?
Not at
But
all.
we still love who we love. And,
Yes.
we love people unconditionally. At least I try to.
Yeah.
But it's hard sometimes. But, you loved your father.
I
And,
love them.
and that getting up in the morning and just taking care of business is what you did.
I did. I did. I was the general. I just went through and I gotta do this and this and this and this. And I went through the day with the the support of my husband
Mhm.
and found a way to get some support from my aunt
Mhm.
because my aunt she lived next door to us.
That's
And
good.
yeah,
That's
so
good.
I had a decent support system. I had friends who helped. I had some family members who helped. I had some family members who hindered, but the friends that helped and this family that helped stood out over the ones who hindered. So
So you were strong.
I was
So when
yeah
your
strong.
father passed, and I'm sorry to bring
No,
this
no,
up,
it's
when your
okay.
father passed, once he was in hospice,
Yes.
what did you do?
When my father passed, when he was in hospice, it was just my same um push through and do what I needed to do because somebody needed to do it.
Yeah.
And my father
Service.
yeah, my father, he depended on me. He was like, I depend on you. So I did it for him
So you did it. And then how long has it been since your dad passed now?
since 2012.
Do you
Yes.
think about him almost every day?
Oh yeah, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a big holiday thing.
Yeah. Did you
Yes.
ever, sometimes I always like when people I've loved have passed,
Mhm.
like I'll see a rainbow or something, or a little bird comes to my thing. Have you ever experienced anything like that with?
I experienced that during COVID actually.
You did?
I did. When everything was quiet and silent, a blue jay came and sat on my balcony and just sang this song. It was just like, "Du-du-du-du," it's saying,
No, oh my
yeah,
God.
no,
Oh my
it was
God.
awesome.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
Melissa, I always end the podcast. First of all, thank you for sharing and opening up your
Yeah.
heart like that for
Yeah.
us, because it's going to help somebody out there.
Yeah.
I always try to end the podcast with gratitude,
Yeah.
you know. So what's your top gratitude right now?
My top gratitude is being able to share my story and hope that somebody will be able to use some of the things that I've experienced. And my other gratitude is just being able to come to Miami and have a really nice life that I didn't expect. Unexpected surprises.
Yes, and I have a feeling you have an angel with you all the time, more than one.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us. There's going to be a lot of speakers with a lot of different topics, and hopefully you'll hear one that can help you go through what you're going through right now. Melissa, you've opened up your heart. Thank you for being here with us today. So remember, stay resilient now. Make it a good day. You have tools. And if you don't, look at my resource page and find some tools, call people, go to a local church or go. She talked about service. So service does really help with pain, and because that's been my experience as well. So thank you for joining us. Stay resilient now and make it an amazing day. See you soon.